It is so early. I wonder who is up. It is so early. I wonder who is up. Hi, y'all. It is early here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time zone you're in, whatever city you're in. I was up creating content, so I felt called to go on live, so I decided to go on live. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I was just creating content about self-forgiveness to enhance your self-awareness, which helps you become a conscious creator for manifestation. So I felt called to go on live. It is 5:30 here, but I am a early bird. So give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Can y'all hear me? I feel like y'all should be able to hear me. But again, it's early, but I was awakened. I'm always awakened at like 4 a.m. from God giving me some sort of message. So I got up creating content. I was discussing, that's funny. I was discussing self-forgiveness. That's been the hot topic this morning, self-forgiveness. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And self-forgiveness is a key component for manifestation. And when I'm saying self-forgiveness, I mean embracing self-awareness to enhance your self-concept. And if you don't know what self-concept is your ability, how you identify yourself, your confidence, your thoughts, beliefs. And a good shadow work activity is self-forgiveness because it enhances that self-concept. You become more self-aware and enhances your self-concept. So I was creating content on self-forgiveness. So I just felt called to go on live this morning. Good morning. If you have issues with forgiving others, I highly suggest that you practice forgiving yourself. You're going to have to be able to forgive yourself first before you're able to forgive others. So, hi, good morning. So I haven't posted it yet, but I'm actually supposed to be on a social media fast, to be honest, so I probably won't post it till later this week. But practicing self-forgiveness is going to be key for you to forgive others. It enhances your self-awareness, which enhances your self-concept, which is a key component to become a conscious manifester. So that's why I was discussing self-forgiveness. And to forgive yourself, or to practice this shadow work activity on self-forgiveness, I suggest that you create a list. Create a list of everything that you need to forgive yourself for. That is going to be crucial for enhancing your self-concept. And it's going to be amazing to become a conscious creator. So when I discuss being a conscious manifester, I'm not saying like anything woo-hoo, far-fetched, out of this world type of thing. In order to become a conscious creator or just becoming conscious in the world, you have to practice self-awareness. Good morning. You have to practice self-awareness, which enhances your self-concept. And that is how you become a conscious creator. That is how you begin to manifest using your conscious mind versus going through the world on autopilot. So good morning. If you're new here, I'm just saying it's 5:30 in the morning here now. And I just felt called to go on live, so I decided to hop on live. Good morning, good morning, good morning. If you're joining me, it is 5:30. It is early. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. And I was just discussing how to become a conscious creator using self-awareness. I was up, it's so many bugs out here, but I was up at 4 a.m. and was called to share. I was creating content and I was discussing how practicing self-forgiveness is important to enhance your self-awareness, which enhances your self-concept, and your self-concept being your confidence, the beliefs you have about yourself, and just how you view yourself in the world. And practicing self-forgiveness is one of those key things. And I'm going to make a post later. I already created it. I'll post it later about an activity on how you're able to practice self-forgiveness. And if you're here, you're getting a sneak peek kind of. So if you want to practice, good morning. So if you want to practice self-forgiveness, like I said, I'm going to post later. I would create a list of everything that you need to forgive yourself for. And this list is for you. So this is not a list that you need to forgive other people for or whoever wronged you. Nothing like that. These are things that you felt like you wronged yourself about. Like, create a list about those things. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel shame. This list is between you and God. So be vulnerable. Go deep. I love any activity that is going to enhance my self-awareness. And I know a lot of the times we tend to hide away from our shadow selves, and our shadow selves being things that we don't necessarily want to face about ourselves. We try to bury them deep, and that is just not a way to go through life. I am big on taking that shadow self with you. So where you go, that shadow self is going to go anyway. So why not be aware of who you are? All parts of who you are. Embrace who you are. That is going to be crucial to be a conscious manifester. And I love being a conscious manifester. I don't like the thought of going through the world and feeling like life is happening to me instead of life is happening for me, if that makes sense. I feel like when we go through the world asleep or unaware, that life can feel like it's just happening to us and we have no control of our circumstances. And that's just not the case. Like, you become a conscious creator and you realize you do have control of your circumstances. But you need to release attachments to whatever outcome or that circumstance is. I have issues struggling with this when I'm manifesting, and then I'll get what I'm manifesting and it does not present itself how I pictured it in my mind. But in the long run, I always see, or I embrace that I know in the long run that this is for my greater good. Like, it's working out even better than I imagined. And I feel like that's a very hard concept to grasp, for us to understand when things aren't happening the way that we desire for them to happen, that it's working out even better in the long run. And if you're not a conscious manifester yet, know that whatever you're thinking, God still hears you, God still knows, and you're still manifesting regardless. The only difference is being aware. When you're aware of how you're manifesting. You're aware of how you're showing up in the world. And you know you can always work with me one-on-one. I am not opposed to anyone sliding into my DMs. So don't feel shy. I do respond to my DMs as long as it's about business. For me, Instagram is not a dating site. So as long as it's about business, I happily answer any question. So always feel free to slide into my DMs. Don't be shy. I don't bite. I'm not going to chop your head off, as you can see. So yeah, I just felt called to go on live at 5:30 in the morning. What time is it where you are? Where are you tuning in from? And what time is it? It's so weird when I think about me being on live now, because I remember there was a point that I was so shy to be on live. Like, I can present in the world, I can stand up and speak in front of hundreds of thousands of people, but when it comes to going on Instagram Live, I am so shy. Oh, you're in New York? I love New York. I have so much fun there every time. What part of New York you at? I feel like, so for me, this is a part of my self-awareness, being able to go on live and not feel shy or feel like someone's going to judge me, because at the end of the day, I am who I am. So if you're going to judge me, my AirPod fell out. So if you're going to judge me, you're going to judge the real me. That's just how I feel about life now. If you're going to judge me, judge the real me. I'm not wearing a mask for anyone. Oh, Nigeria. Is that 11:40 at night or in the morning? Oh, Nash. I've never heard of Newburgh. What is that close to? But yeah. So I feel like one of my close friends has been telling me I need to get on Instagram Live, and I actually never do. So I've been practicing. I've been doing better. If you could catch me, I'm on here every now and then. I feel like the more you do something, that's how you get comfortable with it. And versus how I felt when I first started getting on Instagram Lives to how I feel now, I'm good. Like, I don't mind being on Instagram Live. And I feel like it's a good way to interact with my community. Oh, it's an hour from NYC. Is it mountains where you are? Because I know that New York has some beautiful mountains. Oh, it's in the morning for you in Nigeria. I've never been to the continent of Africa at all. I definitely need to go to Africa. I want to visit. I actually did an ancestral DNA test, and a big chunk of my DNA came out of Nigeria, so I want to go see. But that's so weird. If you don't know, I am actually Caribbean. I'm Jamaican. I am first generation American. So both my parents are Jamaican. Both my parents are Jamaican. I'm first generation American, but I go back to Jamaica quite often. I was supposed to be going this coming weekend, but they had that hurricane. So my mom told me to wait and to go in August. So I'll be back in Jamaica the first week of August. I am an island girl all the way. I love the sun. I love the beach. When I'm away from the ocean too long, I start to get antsy. So I'm ready to go. Where do I live? I currently live in Dallas, Texas, but I am in my hometown of Kansas City. I'm in Kansas City, Missouri right now for some of the summer. But Kansas City, like, this is where I'm from. This is where I grew up. But it doesn't feel like home for me. I feel like because I've been living in Texas for so long, I've been in Texas the last 10 years, like, that feels like home for me. But nothing feels like home for me compared to Jamaica. Although I've never lived in Jamaica full time, I've spent an extensive amount of time there. So for me, Jamaica feels like home. I love Jamaica. I'm kind of sad I'm not going to be there. This weather in the States has just been putting a wrench in my plans, but I believe in divine intervention. If you're new here or if you don't know me, I don't know how you found this live. I am big on embracing God, embracing divine, embracing source, embracing the universe. All of this is oneness. All of this is higher self. So I am big on divine intervention. So the fact that I was supposed to travel so much this summer and I'm not, I understand that God has a bigger plan for me, and I'm not upset about it at all. You wear certain clothes. Oh, I don't know. I believe, I don't know if we're in certain clothes, like, I don't know what material, but I believe it. Anything that we're ingesting, whether it's through our bodies, through our mind, through TV, through music, anything that we're ingesting is going to affect us. So I can believe that. I feel like certain materials it's probably not necessarily good on your skin. And if you're new here, if you haven't strolled all the way through my page, I don't post any juice recipes anymore because it just takes a lot of time to record so much content. But I am big on health and wellness. I am big on juicing. I am very mindful of the things that I put into my body. And that is because I had to heal myself. When I say heal myself, I mean, there was a point in my life, I would say 4 years ago, where I could not even walk. I could not stand up without passing out. I could not work out. I was in the hospital like probably 5 days a week. It's 7 days in a week. So I was in the hospital like 5 days a week. And I was passing out all the time. I could not go to grocery stores. So I am big on health and wellness. I had to learn to heal myself through herbs, which is how I became an herbalist, because I had to heal myself through herbs because whatever medicine the doctors was putting me on was just making me worse. So I'm big on what I put in my body. Like, most people don't understand why I don't drink, why I don't do drugs, because I'm very mindful of the things that I am putting into my body. I know how my body responds to things. Like yesterday I was out of it most of the day. Like, I was extremely fatigued. Granted, I drove 8 hours to get to Kansas City, but I was extremely fatigued. I was tired. My body just was not having it. Like, I just kept going in and out of sleep. And then I had realized that the day before, so Saturday, I had worked out extremely hard in the gym. So it makes sense why yesterday I was so tired, like my body needed to catch up. Hey, Jay. Oh, so we're just up discussing random topics. It's almost 6 a.m. now, but I woke up at 5 a.m. with God giving me messages on self-forgiveness. I created a video, I'll post it later, but I'm technically on a break, so I'll post it in a few days. And I just felt called to go on live to discuss self-forgiveness, to enhance your self-awareness, which enhances your self-concept. And I realized a lot of people don't necessarily know what self-concept is, and that is your confidence, the beliefs you have about yourself, how do you identify yourself in the world. So being able to forgive yourself is going to be one of those key components to enhance that self-concept. And having a high self-concept is how you become a conscious manifester. That is how you become conscious of how you're showing up for yourself and others in the world. But yeah, I'm doing good this morning. I'm good. I'm feeling good. I usually work out in the morning, but I'm probably gonna not work out today because I'm still kind of fatigued. Good morning, DJ, or good afternoon. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know. Y'all got me for a long time this morning. Y'all know I do not be on live, but I practice what I preach. So for me, practicing self-concept and self-awareness is important. So although going on Instagram live always makes me feel like kind of cringy, like I feel like I be talking to myself, I'm practicing, and it's getting better each time. So, and I like engaging with y'all. Hi, where are you tuning in from? If you're just joining, I was telling them kind of about my origin story. Right now I'm in Kansas City, Missouri. This is where I grew up, but I'm first generation American. My parents are Jamaican, so I spend a lot of my times in Jamaica, but I live in Dallas. I'm just here for a couple weeks visiting. So where are you tuning in from? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you doing today? How have your day been thus far? I hope you start your day expressing gratitude. I feel like that is something that a lot of manifestors in the community now tend to overlook. And I feel like a big part of manifestation is practicing gratitude. You have to be grateful for where you are in your journey. Everyone is on a journey, and be grateful for where you are in your journey. And I get it. Sometimes when things are hard, it's hard to feel like you can be grateful. I understand that. Trust me, I experienced it. But when you can find gratitude in just the smallest things and live in that feeling, like if you have kids, being grateful that you're a parent to your children, that they chose you to be their parent, that is huge. Like for me, I have a daughter, so when I think that she chose me, that is how I look at it. I feel like she chose me to be her parent. That is an honor to me. Like, this little human chose me to raise her. And then I'm big on nature. If you follow my post, then you know I'm always outside. I literally could live out here. No, not for real, God. I don't want to be homeless. But I love nature, and I'm always outside. So I'm grateful for nature. I'm very big grateful for nature. Love it. It is so much abundance in nature. If you're ever struggling with abundance or feeling abundant, go outside and look around. Just look around. It's so much abundance in nature. Like when you really look around, it's like in this small area that you are in the world, it's so much abundance just in this small area. So imagine the whole world. Like, it's so much. I love it. So this is a great wake up to start my day. So thank you. Thank you. I only know how to be me. I feel like me going on Instagram live, I used to feel kind of, I'm not going to say insecure. I just used to feel self-conscious about how I'm showing up. But at the end of the day, I am who I am. Love me or not, I'm not for everybody, and that's okay. Everyone's not for me. So you're going to either love me or not. Does it hurt me? I'm not attached to whatever it is. So I feel like it's early and I got this lights on, so it's bugs. But I practice non-attachment to every aspect of my life, not just one part. So whoever feels about me or whatever projection they have about me, that's okay. I mean, it's their world. They're allowed to have those feelings, but it's not going to affect how I show up for myself. And I feel like a lot of people need to be mindful of that. Or even when you're sharing with your friends and family, being mindful that they're going to have their own projections of you, and they're going to have their own projections of how they view the world. So not allowing that to necessarily taint how you view the world. And I feel like that's why I'm big on self-awareness, like understanding that you can engage with other people. I feel like fellowship is so important. I would never dismiss that. I would never say, just ignore everyone. I think, but being self-aware that this is their view of the world, not necessarily yours, and you can engage with this person, but understand that that is their view. So don't let it dictate how you're showing up for yourself or how you're viewing the world. I feel like that's important. So for me, I don't necessarily ask my friends for advice, but if I'm discussing something and they give their advice, I'm like, okay, well, thank you, but this is what I'm going to do anyway. Like, the only person that knows what's best for me is God. And if God tells me to do something, I do not question it. I do not ignore it. None of that. My relationship with God is crucial. And if you read my bio, it says God's favorite goddess. So me and him are like this. I didn't have the words for it. Yeah, I feel like it's a journey, Nash. It's a journey. I don't want you to ever feel like you need to figure this out overnight. I mean, it's possible to figure it out overnight because I don't believe in the impossible, but it is a journey. This isn't something that I just figured out overnight. Like I said, I've been in this for years. And for me, non-attachment has really just been something I've been practicing over the last year. And where I was a year ago with non-attachment, I can say it's not where I am today. Whatever I thought I was not attaching to a year ago, I definitely still had attachment to it. Whereas now, I just even noticed, like yesterday, someone had reached out to me about something that they were struggling with, and I felt like they were trying to kind of project those feelings onto me. And I realized, I said, I'm not triggered by this person anymore. Like, this is how I know that I'm getting very good at practicing non-attachment. Like, yeah, thank you for whatever you're saying. I get it, but I'm not triggered by it. That's how you're viewing the world, but I'm going to view the world how I'm going to view it. That's just what we have to do. These freaking ups. That's just what we got to do. I feel like it's so many people with so many different opinions, and if you let other people's opinion get to you, you're never going to know who you are. I feel like that is why I am big on meditation. I am so big on meditation. It helps center you. It helps you realize who you are. And if you know me, I'm big on understanding that we are the divide. We are extension, expansion of God's love. You are presence. You are the I am. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon if you're joining. You are the I am. So I feel like once I realized that and truly, truly understood what it means to know that I am an extension of God, I feel like nothing really bothers me. I'm still human, so of course I still have human feelings, but I know that I am an extension of God's love. So I don't dwell in it. I feel like that's a big thing. Just don't dwell in those feelings. You're allowed to feel. Don't ignore your feelings. Don't ever ignore your feelings, but just don't dwell in them. Know that it's a fleeting moment and feelings come and go. And this is also just a feeling. Good morning, good afternoon. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Y'all really got me for a long time on this live. It's not like me. I wonder, am I going to save this? Because I do not be on live like this at all. But I felt called to come on live today. I feel like someone needed to hear it. So here I am. Y'all know that I'm a real person. I really hope that these are not mosquitoes and have not been biting me. Because it's been raining. So good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm going to do about 5 more minutes on live, and then I'm going to try to go get... Can you hear me? Nice. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. I don't know what the ear means. But y'all, it's 5:55, my favorite number. I don't know if y'all can see my tattoo. 555. And for me, 555 is love. Like, whenever I see 555, it reminds me to love everyone, to love life, to love where I am. It reminds me to embrace my feminine energy. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad that this message helps someone. God put it on my heart to speak, so I'm speaking. But I was saying 555 reminds me to be in love with life, be in love with the journey. That's important. I feel like so many times we forget, like, love is not necessarily romantic. Love is everything. You are love. You are literally an expression of God's love. And for me, I just love being in love. And I'm not even speaking on romantic love. I just love being in love with life. I love being in love with nature. I love being in love with my daughter, myself. Being in love with myself is crucial. I feel like for me, enhancing my confidence is something that other people tend to feel. So being in love with myself, other people know that. Like, it's not in an arrogant way. It's just, I love who God created. I love how God created me. I love how unique he made me. Absolutely love it. Good morning, good afternoon. How are you doing? Y'all got me for about 4 more minutes. Do you have any questions? 'Cause who knows the next time I'm gonna pop up on live. But I'm not gonna promise y'all I'm gonna do these often, because I probably will not. But I am getting more comfortable. I don't mind being on live. I don't feel like I'm talking to myself like I used to feel like. I love interacting with the community. And if you haven't joined me on Patreon, there's links in my bio that will get you everywhere. You always have access to me. I ask God to use me as a vessel to serve the collective, to help raise the vibration of the collective, and that is what I'm here for. That is my assignment. My assignment from God is to help raise the vibration of the collective in the best way possible. And for me, it is through teaching others to be self-aware, to enhance their self-concept, to become conscious manifestors of their reality. So that is what I'm here for. And I love it. I absolutely love it. It's been a journey, but I love it. I don't question God. I know that he has bigger plans for me, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with my journey. It's a sense of peace when you're just okay. Not even okay. I'm not going to say okay, because I'm not okay. I'm great. But it's a sense of peace when you're just okay with God's journey for your life. It's a sense of peace in feeling good. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's a sense of peace in knowing that you're living in your purpose. Like, we all have a unique purpose. We all have a unique journey. And when you're able to know what that is, it's such a sense of peace that comes with that. And if you're here and you do not know what that journey is, that is what I'm here for. That is my calling. My calling is to help others find their soul's purpose. Or discover. I would say discover, because we all have a purpose. We all innate knows that purpose. But helping you to embrace that purpose. That is what I'm here for. So don't feel shy. Slide into my DMs. Click the link in my bio. I'm here to serve. And I love it. I don't mind it. I truly enjoy it. I love helping other people. I feel like this is something I've done ever since I was a kid. I've always had a knack for just the people around me being able to improve their overall well-being. These are definitely mosquitoes, y'all. If I have a lot of mosquito bites, I'm going to blame y'all for letting me outside. But I've always had a knack for helping others improve the quality of their life. That's been like my career, and just things that I would do in childhood. So I kind of stepped away from my 9-to-5 career to fully embrace it in another way, and I love it. It's time for me to heard today. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Nash. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. I'm sending love and light energy to everyone that's in that can hear the sound of my voice, whether it's on this live, whether I save this live. I'm not even sure if I'm going to save this live. I had no plans on being on live. But I'm sending everyone love and light energy. I hope you have an amazing, beautiful day. Whatever happens through the day, just know that it's just one day. Don't internalize whatever happens on the external. That is going to be key. I'm going to leave y'all with that. Your external world is matching your internal world. So don't internalize what you're seeing on the outside, because you're just going to attract more of what you're seeing on the outside. It's how you're feeling on the inside that's going to determine your external world. So stay grounded in that. Stay grounded in love. Understand that you're a divine being. You're extension and expansion of God's love. And I hope you have a beautiful day. See you later. Bye. Oh, wait. I want to end with what I always say. As always, I'm happy. I'm blessed. I'm free. Ashe. See you later. Bye.